I want to share with everyone a story that our Rebbe in high school used to tell us every year at this time of the secular year. Um, when I was in high school, I learned by Rabbi Moshe Weinberger, who's a big Rav now in Woodmere, and he used to tell us that the secular New Year. He said it's such a day of tumah. He said you have to spend the whole day in the mikveh January 1st. So it's such a tumah. One of the boys asked him something. You celebrate New Year's. He said, no. Why should I celebrate the circumcision of Yashki? Because that's in the old days. Not now. They changed it, but the Catholic Church would celebrate the feast of the circumcision on January 1st because they believe that, or they celebrate the birth on the 25th. So 8 days later is the 1st of January. So that's the significance of that day. That it used to be. They changed it later in their liturgy, but whatever it is. But safe to say, it's not a Jewish holiday. It's not something that's apropos for Jews to be celebrating, really, for various reasons. It's really, it's a Christian holiday. It's an older pagan holiday, whatever it is. But Rabbi Weinberger would always tell us the story of the great tzaddik Rabbi Yitzchak Berditchev. Rabbi Yitzchak Berditchev was the Sanagori Shal Yisrael. He was the defense attorney of the Jewish people, and he was one of the great Hasidic masters. And I remember Elie Wiesel has a book, I think, called Souls on Fire. It's vignettes and biographical sketches of various Hasidic masters, and he called the Berditchev Rav one of the great heroes of the Hasidic movement. And I think that's a worthy title. It's a good adjective to describe this great tzaddik. So anyway, the Chassidim saw after Shachris on the morning of January 1st that the Berditchev Rav was sitting by himself, and he poured a glass of Bronfen and had a little mezainis, made a bracha, and he said, B'nai Shalom, L'chaim, a git gebench shior. Happy New Year, basically. What's this? A good gebench shior? On the secular New Year? What's going on? So first of all, even just to say L'chaim to B'nai Shalom is already strange for most people. They're not, but alright, there's such an Indian by tzaddikim. But what was this? So Berditchev Rav said, no, you don't understand. He said he saw on Rosh Hashanah, over 3 months ago, that it wasn't going to be a good year. And he begged and pleaded and prayed. And the message he received from heaven was, no. He said, look, Rosh Hashanah, everyone's coming to shul, sitting through the whole davening. Oh, big deal. It says he made tshuva, they're all doing tshuva. And the voice from heaven was like, so what's going to be after Cersei made tshuva? They'll be back to their old games. Yom Kippur, everyone's fasting. The voice from heaven said, so they have so much to eat in Ukraine anyway, Keep going. Sukkahs, look, they're building sukkahs, going out eating in sukkahs. It's not that warm, it's pretty cold out. And the voice from heaven said, so no, their houses aren't so nice anyway, so it's a big deal to go to a sukkah. The sukkahs aren't much better than the houses. Now we have the opposite, that the sukkahs are as nice as the houses. Baruch Hashem, we should be thankful. Shana Rabbah, Alright, so you bang some branches on the ground with them. Shmini Atzeres, coming Yizkar, Tfilas Geshem. Simchas Torah, dancing. Who doesn't like to dance and sing? Taman Chanukah, Chaparine Chanukah, please. So you light a few candles, a big deal. He didn't know what to do. He usually always won his defense cases, the Berditchev Rav. He always had a good defense. And this year, wasn't working. So then it came January 1st. And Berditchev Rav, he went for a walk. He said, B'nai Shalom, come with me for a walk. He went into the town of Berditchev, passed by a tavern, broken glass and broken bottles, and people passed out on the ground, and tables and chairs overturned, bloody, vomity mess. And the one guy who's half awake, reaching for a bottle in his drunken stupor. And the Berditchev Rav said, B'nai Shalom, I know our Rosh Hashanah wasn't perfect, but at least it wasn't this Rosh Hashanah. Then he saw that from heaven they tore up the decree, be a good year. So he said, no, the good gebenched year wasn't for January 1st, it was still from Rosh Hashanah. That he was able to make that argument, to say, even if our Rosh Hashanah wasn't perfect, at least it wasn't this Rosh Hashanah. And so, wish you all a good gebenched year.